exploring the multiverse of pop culture.
This is Podcasserole.
An Adam and JP show.
Hi, and welcome to Podcasserole.
Oh, hey there.
I'm Jay Patrick, that's
I
Adam.
wonder how many times I've opened the show with, oh, hey there. It's like a sound machine, soundboard.
You know what I miss?
What's that?
Is when I would used to be real, what's the word I'm looking for? Dumb. And I would come up with I would say you were something.
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
I was something.
Like, I don't know, what would be like, and here's the Robin to my Batman, Adam.
Yeah. That was a while ago, though, right?
Almost a decade,
That's
my
when
friend.
that's when I would sputter off every web address, every location we are, every social media. And at that time, they're all different.
I've really trimmed that down.
Sure have, yeah.
You don't have to worry about that as much anymore.
Right, yeah, it's true.
I can't. Yeah, like the Dolly Parton to my Sylvester Stallone.
Yeah. That's probably one you had back then.
Probably.
Yeah.
So I have to do something here.
Right, you do.
First of all, how have you been?
Good.
We're recording a little early this week.
Yeah, day-wise, yeah.
Yeah. We're either recording late or early.
Right.
We're not regular
Yeah.
anymore.
We're the Activia of podcasts.
Activia.
Yeah, that's what we are.
We're slowly becoming that. True story.
Right, yeah.
So last week you did your Big 20.
Right, yeah.
Your 20 favorite video games.
Correct.
Of all time.
All time.
Have you thought about that? Do you have any addendums?
No, I stand by it. I stand by it. I think we've had some good response on social media, people talking about that. So, yeah, I stand by it.
I found this harder than I thought it would be.
Yeah, it's tough, right? Did you have too many at first, or were you having trouble to get enough?
I would write them down, and then I would think of something else, and then I would mark through and put something, and
right.
And then had to start over, and it was real hard. It was real hard, Adam. And I even feel like that maybe I leaned too modern.
Really?
That I really didn't take into account. And we'll talk to that fact after I get through the list of 20. But I feel like that maybe I let stuff that I've played, say, in the last decade overshadow games that I grew up loving and spent hours and hours playing as a child.
Yeah. But, I mean, most of those games with all the arcade expos we go to every now and then, well, we used to quite a bit, those are still available. So, I mean, you could still play those if you want to, right?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
But I'm saying when it came down to actually making my list.
Yeah, but it's still in your mind. So I think it's more legit than you feel, I think.
Oh, the games that I have.
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's just
if it's
jump
an
right
old
into
classic arcade game that you grew up on, odds are you've seen it and played it in the past 5-6 years.
As we sit here and discuss this, when it came time to put the show together for last week, and I knew that you were going to do your 20 favorite games, every now and then, when I feel like being extra, I try to theme the opening song to whatever we're going to be talking about.
Right, yeah.
That will come up a lot during Halloween. Are you happy with what I chose for last week, or have you not listened?
I did listen. I like that.
Did you get jazzed as soon as you...
I did.
An Adam and JP show. Time to play the game.
Got me excited.
As I sit here, I don't know what I'm going to put for this one.
Oh, it's got to be another
game. Do you have any ideas?
That's
like
tough.
any game-themed songs?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, there's like I have some ideas. I'll tell you later.
Oh, okay.
Well, by now you've heard it, so maybe it's not a spoiler.
Yeah, just tell me now. Save me some work.
I think, is it called Play the Game by Queen?
I thought about that one.
Playing the game.
Yes.
Playing the game.
I thought about that one.
It's a good one for this kind of...
And then there was the old Kansas song that went, what was it? Play that game tonight. Can you tell me if it turns out right?
Yeah.
Is it worth the time? Is it worth the fight? I don't know.
I
One
like
of those.
it.
It'll probably be one of those. Or maybe it'll just be the Super Mario Brothers theme.
That
Who
could
knows?
work. That could work too.
Maybe it'll be the Back to the Future
That's
of
always
the game
a good,
theme.
It's a good pop.
You know I love Back to the Future.
That's true.
Did that game make my list?
I don't think so.
Let's find out now.
Let's do it. Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? Lights come down.
Da, 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 da. Are you in the geek seat? By the way,
Yeah.
we haven't spoken to our friends at
I know.
At the Earth Station 1
What's
network.
new with them? I mean, I listen every week.
I listen every
Yeah,
week.
Yeah, what's new?
I love those guys. I feel
Yeah.
like, even though I'm sure Mike and Mike feel like they haven't talked to us in
Which it's true. It's been
months,
years.
probably a couple of years.
Yeah.
Well, at least a year. I feel like I'm talk to them every week.
Right. That's how podcasts work. You feel special with
You've never been in the geek seat.
them. I know. I'm so mad about that.
Can we get?
No, I think
here we
it's
go.
too late. Once I've
it's
left,
a test.
I think it's too
I
late.
want to see if they are as loyal to us as we are to them. Even though I know
Yeah.
we are technically like a friend of the network,
Right.
and we're not on the network anymore.
Yeah.
Can Adam be in the geek seat?
I don't think it'll happen. I think if there were a time for me to happen, it would be while I'm on the network. Now we're off.
No. There's tons of people that are
I
in the
know.
geek seat.
I'm aware. Yeah, I'm aware.
Yeah. On the flagship show.
Right.
Earth Station 1.
Yeah.
They don't have the geek seat on Earth Station Who.
No.
Don't go on Cigar Nerds and think you're going to be on the geek seat.
Right.
Don't Earth Station MCU.
Exactly. Is that still? I think that one's done, right?
Okay, scratch that.
I think that wrapped.
Nerdtopia.
No, I think you're making words up now.
I don't think that's right. I don't think that's
You're
really a show.
making words up now. Congratulations.
Point being,
Yeah.
there is a geek seat on the flagship show Earth Station 1.
Right.
It is a feature that they do weekly. You couldn't do Geek Girls Take,
That's
but
true.
you could be in the geek seat.
That's very true.
So
I mean, you can't have a situation like that. You must be asked. You can't.
That's what
ask-
I'm saying.
You can't ask to do it.
I know you can't.
Right.
I can.
No.
Guys, you should get Adam in the geek seat.
That's not how that works. I was only on the show one time too, on the Atari show, which was fun. But yeah,
The last time I was on there was, I think, the summer movie preview for last year.
yeah,
I was on there
that's what it was.
for 2018.
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
There you go.
Some ground rules of this this here Big 20 list I put together.
Right.
You made this something that you followed last week, and I'm going to stick to that. If you have a favorite game, more than one of the same franchise, you only put one on the list.
Yeah, it just makes sense to me to make it a little more diverse.
I followed that guideline. However, if the game was on your list and I would have duplicated it, which there were several, I was like, well, is there another game in that franchise that maybe I would put on my list? So technically, none of these games are on your list.
No dupes.
No dupes.
I like it.
And we're going to go through those and get them out of the way first.
Okay, I like no dupes.
It starts right now.
All right.
GTA 5, I believe, was on your list.
It was, yes.
That kind of transformed into GTA Online.
Correct.
I went with Grand Theft Auto Vice City. Yeah. Hey, Tommy.
I always have the Hey Nico version.
Yeah. Hey, Nico.
This was a good one. Good choice.
I don't remember before GTA Vice City as many celebrity voices being in the game.
Right. So I think what happened, almost positive, this is the first Grand Theft Auto where the main character spoke. I think everything before that, even Grand Theft Auto 3 had that classic third-person view.
Right.
But the main character did not speak. And, of course, Ray Liotta comes in and saves the day.
Ray Liotta's in
Yeah.
this. Tom Sizemore's in this. Philip Michael Thomas is Lance Vance
Yeah.
in this game. Because it has a real Miami Vice theme to it. By the way, Philip Michael Thomas was Tubbs on Miami Vice.
yeah.
So a little context.
Yeah.
So he's in this game.
Right.
And this does play very much like a Scarface meets Miami Vice type
It does.
world.
Like I said, I won't talk too much about it being your list, but last week I spoke of this game introduced me to the classic 80s songs. 99% of these songs I'd never heard until I played this game.
Like a flock of seagulls I ran.
Exactly, yeah.
Which is one of the greatest.
It is.
Did this create your love for new wave and synth?
100%.
Of the 80s?
100%.
Oh, wow.
This is the game this is
That's
the
really
thing.
cool.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
It's fun, yeah.
I remember a lot of 80s classics. It was like a 80s greatest hits.
I'd
this
never
soundtrack.
seen Scarface until after I played this game. And watching that movie, I'm like, whoa, this is a ripoff of Vice City.
Oh,
You know, the chainsaw,
Yeah.
and the mansion, even his whole
Oh, the
play-
mansion. The mansion was basically
That was
Scarface.
100%. The
That
two
whole
the
final
steps coming to the
scene,
sides
yeah.
and the balcony. Yeah, 100%.
Oh, yeah. Well, even when it gets raided and he comes
Yeah.
out with the machine gun and
Exactly,
comes through the doors.
Yeah.
He might as well said, say hello to my little friend.
Right, yeah.
So definitely on my list. Oh, by the way, just like Adams, this is in no particular order.
Right, yeah.
GTA Vice City. I failed to mention Lee Majors, TV's $6 Million Man,
right.
was in this game, and also Danny Trejo
Nice.
was in.
Big
GTA.
cast.
Yeah, huge cast.
And I feel like they've done a good transition where now they have a great voice acting cast, but they're not so well known. Sometimes you have the celebrity every now and then, but for the most part, like a Grand Theft Auto 5 or a Red Dead, they have some no names, but they're still fantastic talent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is kind of Rockstar's way now.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of, even in GTA 4, I don't think was any.
Yeah, not that I know of, no.
So the next one on my list is you had Fallout 3
Right.
on your list. By the way, GTA Vice City from 2002.
Uh-huh.
Older than I thought it was, to be honest with you.
You're right, yeah.
You had Fallout 3 on your list.
Right.
I went with Fallout 4 on my list.
That's a good one.
And truthfully, I do like Fallout 4 more than Fallout 3.
Yeah, they're close. And I should play 4 and give that another chance, but I'll do it again someday.
Here's a song about a serial killer.
Yeah, might as well, right?
I think the radio in Fallout 4 was better than Fallout 3, maybe?
Yeah. See, thinking last week when I said that about 3, I said the radio was better. Even listening back, I think 4 is better. I think I was wrong. Yeah, I think 4 has...
But it's more choices.
True.
And it doesn't... It takes longer to get through the loop before it repeats.
Right, yeah.
More personalities.
But that's
in
what's
Fallout
fun
4.
about the Fallout games. Memorize these songs you should not know.
That's true.
It's fun, yeah.
That is
Yeah.
so true. 2015's Fallout 4 is on my list.
Yeah, what made you like that one more than 3 specifically? What the graphics were?
Yeah, the graphics were okay.
Pretty much the same engine, a little more polished to it, but I guess this
was
one
the same engine though as Fallout
yeah,
3.
yeah, sure, yeah,
Yeah, wasn't it?
yeah.
I think honestly, it was the whole building the settlements.
Really,
Yeah, I
that's the
really
one-
got into that.
that took away points for me. That's what happened.
I really got
Yeah.
into that.
That's why Fallout
got-
76 has zero appeal to me.
Well, because that's all it is.
I know, yeah. That's what.
I got to find some copper.
Yeah.
Where am I going to find some
I
copper?
did not like. I didn't touch it. If I had to go there, I did it, but I didn't want to. I don't know why. I love Minecraft, but that didn't. I don't know. It's weird.
Because Fallout 3 did have the scavenging, but it wasn't to convert it into things to build with.
Right,
You
yeah.
could sell it. You would find a lot of things that could give you health and help you on your mission. Obviously, weapons.
Right.
But this added that whole dimension of actually having to build and maintain settlements that really intrigued me. I really got into it. I really did. I spent a lot of time working on my settlement. And then the settlers would get mad.
Who was your favorite companion? Do you remember?
From Fallout 4?
Yeah, because I had 2 favorites, and I think they were the non-popular choices. Didn't mean for that to happen. I played the game the way I wanted to, spoke with my peers, and I was doing it the wrong way, apparently.
I liked Nick, the
Was he
the robot detective.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, what were they called? They're not called robots.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I know what you mean.
Synths.
Synth, yep.
Yeah,
Synth,
he was the synth detective. And I liked the dog.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Having the dog as the companion.
I've forgotten the name. What was the super mutant that you were buddies with?
Oh, yeah.
So I used him a lot.
He was very Hulk-like
Yeah, right. And maybe why.
in the way he would communicate.
That's true. And then I used crackhead Kate.
You loved Kate.
Kate was good.
Kate was your favorite. You talked a lot about Kate.
I like some Kate. I don't know why.
You come over, you just call me up in the middle of the night. Guess what Kate said? What?
Most people chose Piper, like the I guess the reporter or something like that. but-
Piper was good.
yeah, but I was all about the meth head Kate.
But Nick was my favorite.
Yeah, he's cool.
And then, I don't want to spoil the ending, but...
It's been almost 4 years now. You're good.
well, no, but you haven't finished it.
Yeah, but I think you've told me already.
Did I?
Yeah, isn't it like your son is old now?
Oh, well, yeah, I guess I did.
Okay, yeah.
I can't believe I told you that.
Yeah, I think I asked you. It was,
Oh.
years ago.
I'm not going to finish this game. 2015. It doesn't
Yeah.
seem like it was that long
I know,
ago.
that's, yeah, crazy.
What's another one that you had on your list? You had Rock Band
Right.
on yours. I put Rock Band 2
Right.
from 2008 on mine. And the reason why I went with Rock Band 2 is, though the point of the game is not the mission or whatever, like
Right.
the tour.
Yeah.
But I think it was better on Rock Band 2.
Yeah.
And 2, by the time we got to Rock Band 2, also by the time we got to Rock Band 2, the downloadable content
Oh, it was crazy.
was off the
Yeah,
charts.
crazy.
And that's the game I go to. If I go to play Rock Band, I go to Rock Band 2. Mostly because I never bought Rock
Good song
Band 3.
list for sure.
Oh, yeah, it did have a pretty good original
Yeah.
song list. You
Trying to
okay?
find my sweet spot again. There it,
Oh,
there
your
it is.
microphone?
Yeah.
I remember Aces. This was downloadable, though, right? Or was this on the...
I'm not sure. Spotify tells me it's on the list. So I don't know. It's possible.
yeah.
I feel like it was. See, this is. I love this whole game, all these games, and this whole genre. But there was a while there where the rock bands, the rock revolutions, the guitar heroes started mushing together. As far as song lists, I don't really remember
Well,
what's on what.
The whole premise was it would be these hard-rocking, guitar-heavy, drum-heavy games.
Yeah.
And by the time you got through the evolution, you were getting Katy Perry and Taylor Swift songs.
It's true.
I know.
Because
Yeah.
the Guitar Hero franchise went from the get-go. Guitar Hero seemed like more metal, like hard rock songs, but they brought in Band Hero with, like you said, with Taylor Swift and
There was a Lego.
the Lego Rock Band.
Band.
Yeah, they had the Beatles Rock Band, Green Day Rock Band, Metallica.
We had Green Day, and it seems like there was one other one specific that we bought.
There was Guitar Hero Aerosmith that came out, and there was, like I said, Metallica, Guitar Hero. But the Beatles Rock Band was fun. I'm not a huge Beatles fan, as you know, but that introduced harmonies in the vocals. It was kind
Yeah.
of cool.
And going back to when you would get the gentle pop songs, so you would find that you'd be playing your guitar to maybe a soft,
A Liz Phair song.
yeah, maybe a soft, I don't know, harpsichord in a song
That's true,
as
yeah.
opposed to a
Yeah.
hard rocking guitar.
Right, yeah. It was fun, though.
I'm playing my Fender to a theremin. Let's see, I've got two more that you had on your list, and then we'll get into the
Okay.
originals. You had Red Dead Redemption on yours.
Right.
No surprise, I went with Red Dead Redemption 2
Right.
on my list from
Yeah.
2018.
And you honestly believe, you said it last week, you thought it was a better game than the first one.
I think it is a better game than the first one. Now, all the stuff that we did that made it,
Yeah.
Red Dead one of our favorites, that hadn't happened with Red Dead Redemption yet. But as far as like the story and the gameplay and just the overall feel of adventure, Red Dead Redemption 2. I think I have to go with that one.
Were there any awe-inspiring moments? I remember specifically in the first Red Dead, the moment you cross over to Mexico. Do you remember that moment in gaming? That was a big one for me. It was almost sunsetty. I mean, the whole game you've had 20, 30, 40 hours in that Texas, North American setting, and the minute you cross Mexico, it's just totally different. I'm not sure what song this is, but it's on the soundtrack apparently. But I remember that moment in Red Dead 1. Is there a moment or any moments close to that where it's like nothing's really happening, but the setting is just crazy? Or maybe that was a one and done deal for the first one.
No, I mean, the thing with Red Dead 2 is it's so big and there's so many, climates and regions that are represented. It's a gradual transition from terrain to terrain, so you don't get that, there's grass and water, and now I'm in the desert.
Right.
It's not like that. It guides you into different terrains. However, I would say like the awe-inspiring moment when you're traveling is the first time you go to the city that is like New Orleans.
Really?
Yeah. There's a New Orleans style city.
Is it actually supposed to be New Orleans, or is it just looks like that?
No, it is New Orleans,
Okay, yeah.
but it's called something different. Just like
Okay.
they're all called something different. Like Mexico was it? Well, Mexico was Mexico
Yeah.
in the game, but
Yeah.
oh yes, and there is in the story a huge travel point
Really?
where you're off the map.
Nice.
Like you go off the play map
Really?
for part of the story in
Really?
Red Dead Redemption 2. Yeah, you go to a completely different.
Huh.
Yeah.
I had to go back. This is the entrance to Mexico song from the first. You remember this moment?
Oh yeah.
Like, it's just kind of quiet. You're on your horse seeing the Mexican landscape. It was crazy.
A lot of the artists featured on Red Dead Redemption 2 are really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you go through and just kind of see who's singing the songs on Red Dead Redemption 2 and then go find some of their other work, it's really good. It's cool stuff.
Nice. I'm going to check. I don't know why this in the past probably 10 years has been the longest it's taken me to play a Rockstar game. I don't know what my problem is, but it's going to happen.
Yeah,
It's going to happen.
I believe you.
Don't you worry.
Okay, so you had Red Dead Redemption. I went with Red Dead Redemption 2 from 2018, which is probably the most current game on my list.
Probably so, yeah. If I had to guess.
It is the most current game on my list. And then the last one I'm going to go with, and this is a bit of a shocker here.
Uh-oh.
You went with Super Mario Brothers 3.
Right.
And so I was like, well, do I go with Super Mario Brothers 2? Do I go with Super Mario Brothers? Do I go with any Mario game? Yes, I will go with the Mario game, but it will not be from the Super Mario Brothers series.
Ooh.
I'm going to go with 1992's Mario Kart.
Interesting. Okay.
As one of my
I like that.
favorite games. And Mario Kart is one of my, I'll go with 1992, the original.
Right.
But truthfully, I love any Mario Kart game.
Yeah.
The shells, the bananas.
Right.
The rainbow track.
Oh, God, the rainbow track.
Yeah. It's like you're in a Thor movie all of a sudden.
Right.
But before Thor was even a movie. So yeah, I think definitely Mario Kart belongs on my list.
That's a good one. Good
I've
choice.
spent a lot of hours playing
Have
Mario
you?
Kart.
I don't think you have because you haven't had those consoles. And so, to me, starting from the Wii U, Mario Kart 8 was so good. And I
Yeah.
hear the one on the Switch is it's kind of the same deal as they do, but it's just a little bit better.
Do you remember when we had a yard sale and I tried to sell my Mario Kart wheel, but I wanted to keep the game? And the kid was giving me some lip about the price.
Yeah.
What was it, like $10?
Yeah, 10 or 15, I think.
Is it just the wheel for $10? It's just the wheel.
That was a little high, though. Come on. This was like 10
You
years
have to
after.
give yourself room to come down. But not if you're going to give me lip like that. Remember when the guy just tried to take the lawnmower?
Oh, yeah.
He was just like, just let me take it. You don't even have to deal with it.
Yeah.
I'm not going to just let you take it.
That's funny.
You think you're doing me a favor by not giving me money for something I have on sale? But Mario Kart, 1992.
Good choice.
Now to games that were not represented, I don't think at all on your list. Where to start? I'll start with a classic. GoldenEye 007
Ooh.
from 1997.
Nice.
If I couldn't even begin to tell you how many hours I've played this game.
It's a classic. It's one of the best multiplayers of all time, right?
Yes, for that period. If you play GoldenEye 007 today, it's just frustrating.
That's true. I think last year or maybe 2 years ago, we played at a friend of ours' house, and it was kind of rough. The graphics and all were kind of rough.
Do you even remember the mission in GoldenEye 007?
Not really.
It's just the multiplayer. That's all everybody
That's true.
remembers.
Yeah, you're right.
Just the multiplayer.
Yeah.
You could be James Bond.
Right?
You could be other characters from
Yeah.
the movie GoldenEye.
Yeah. Odd Job was there.
And Odd Job. And my wife and I were talking about this the other night because she would play that with her sister, and her sister would always be Odd Job and always win because...
Shorter. I mean, it was impossible to, or tougher to shoot. If you had slappers only, which was just a slapping hand, pretty much impossible to kill Odd Job.
Is that your favorite setting on the multiplayer?
Nah, I like the was it the golden gun?
Golden
it's
gun,
like the one bullet
shot.
kill. Yeah, that's what I like. Because some of those guns, you could like just bullet sponge people.
I know.
Like 30 shots and they're still running around. But
Yeah.
the one gun, the golden gun,
The golden
one shot
gun.
and you're done was good.
Do you remember like the excitement you would feel when you go and open the crate or go around the corner and there's the golden gun?
Yeah, like, oh, there it is.
Oh, this one, I've got this. Man.
Good choice. Though this was, one of the earliest multiplayer memories I have. The four-player split screen. So good.
I contend probably the best James Bond game ever.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I would say so.
I know on the PlayStation 2 there was a GoldenEye game.
Yeah, they try to bring it back, I believe. Rogue Agent, something like that. They try to bring the name GoldenEye back. People were pumped for 5 minutes until they played it.
Yeah, and it just didn't have the same nostalgia.
Not at all, no.
Because that's what the love of GoldenEye is. It's nostalgia.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Because, not to repeat the point, but if you play that today, it's nothing but frustrating.
Pretty rough.
It is pretty rough.
Yeah.
Let's see. Another classic on my list from 1993. And I'm honestly surprised this wasn't on yours. Because I think you're a big fan of this game. Though I could be wrong.
I think I know what you're going to say, but...
NBA Jam?
That's funny. That was one that did not make the cut.
Yeah.
It was on the top 35, but it got cut around 22, 23.
Oh, my goodness, Adam.
It honestly was on there, for real.
The hours I skipped class in college to
Right.
play NBA Jam. It's amazing. Yep. I hope we get to He's on Fire
I'm sure we will.
and Boom Chakalaka.
Yeah. We played at our friend David's basement a few years ago. We had some 2-on-2 NBA Jam. Remember that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we did.
And then they just got crazy with the characters in NBA Jam.
True, yeah.
Wasn't Bill Clinton in there?
Oh, yeah, I had a code for Bill Clinton. Some big head mode was a code on there and
Oh,
stuff.
I remember Big Head Mode.
Yeah.
And then the players represented Scottie Pippen.
Yeah.
Karl Malone, I remember. Was Kevin Durant?
No, that was before. I mean, you're thinking, well, yeah. No, Durant's pretty modern.
Oh, Durant. Yeah. Who am I
Yeah.
thinking of?
When they had two, pretty much, was it 6 from every team? You had 2 players, but you had the choice of options to cycle through them. So you had all kinds
there was
of
no
people.
Jordan.
No, Jordan was. Yeah, he was not one of the Bulls in there. His likeness was too
Yeah.
expensive.
Who am I thinking of?
You talking about on the Bulls or just in general? Like I was a Bulls fan at the time, but I always played with Utah Jazz. I love some Karl Malone, John Stockton combo.
John Stockton.
Malone taking to the net, and then Stockton hitting those threes left and right.
Carl the Mailman
Yep,
Malone.
it was good.
Charles Barkley.
Right, yeah.
That's who I was trying to think
Okay,
of.
okay.
I remember Charles Barkley being
Was
on
he
there.
on the Suns at that time? I think
Yes, he was on the
Suns.
Suns. Yeah. So he's on fire. Boom shakalaka.
Classic game, though.
There is
A really good game.
I was out with my wife and her sister and our friend Josh, and we went to a one of those, I don't know, arcade bar places.
Oh, was the game?
barcades.
Was it Game Galaxy you went to, or
Not Game Galaxy.
Okay.
It was the one down. It used to be where Bar Nashville was.
Oh.
It's down there on First in Nashville.
HQ?
Maybe it is HQ.
That's my favorite one.
Yeah,
I
and they
love
had
HQ.
NBA Jam.
Oh yeah, it's so good.
Mm-hmm.
HQ, yeah, it's my favorite beer barcade, whatever it's called now in Nashville. Out of all the ones we have here, it's my favorite by far. It's good.
Next on my list from the year 2000. From the year 2000. Twisted Metal.
Oh yeah,
Twisted Metal.
that's
Adam.
funny. It was on. These are all ones that got caught barely, just barely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Twisted Metal. The ice cream truck.
Right.
The guns. The arena.
Everything about it was good, right?
The demolition derby
Everything
aspect
about
of
it was
it. I enjoyed Twisted Metal dearly. Like Twisted Metal, the original.
Yeah.
Not so much Twisted Metal Dark or anything that
Right,
followed after
right.
that. It was just something about that first game that I really
Yeah.
loved.
Sweet Tooth was iconic, right? And
Sweet
the
Tooth was-
creepy ice cream truck it was
With the
good.
clown.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember playing a lot of Twisted Metal and WWE Raw. I think they came out around the same time.
Yeah.
Whatever that first WWE PlayStation game was.
It was Raw or Warzone. I always get confused which one's first.
Maybe it
Warzone
was
or Raw,
Warzone.
but it's one of those two.
It's the one where Steve Austin would flip off.
Yeah, but just his fish fins.
Yeah, it was just his hands. It didn't really look. They couldn't, the graphics weren't there to make fingers yet.
It's fun. We talk about, or last week I spoke of how the visuals weren't there yet for games, so the audio was so important. But you listen to the audio of Twisted Metal. It's funny to think some games were so visually pleasing, you didn't need the audio yet.
I think it was Twisted Metal. You could also pick the songs, right? Before
Were there
play-
songs playing? Like,
Because I remember Mighty Mighty Boss Tones
ooh, you're right.
had a song,
It's possible.
The Impression That I Get.
Was there music playing during?
Yeah, I think you could pick.
I guess the gameplay we're watching here has no music, but I don't remember songs too much.
It seems like it was. I may be thinking of a different game.
Huh.
But it seems like in Twisted
Fantastic
Metal,
game,
you
though.
could pick the songs before you played.
The vehicular combat games, this was the first of its kind, to my knowledge, definitely the most popular, but they had so many rip-offs afterwards. Like you said, multiple sequels to that. There was one called Vigilante 8. You ever remember that one? It had a school bus in the front?
Yes.
Even WWE had Crush Hour. They had a vehicle combat game for I think it was F, one of the last WWF games.
Crush Hour.
Yeah. You had the Rock Mobile and things doing his damage, but I miss. I feel like the vehicular combat games are gone now, right? We need
Maybe they'll
those
make a
again.
comeback.
Let's do it. Yeah, let's bring it
We'll
back.
bring
guys.
it back.
Let's bring it back.
Well, the thing about Twisted Metal, before I get off, that had sequels that got canceled. Because I know, like, Twisted Metal Harbor City
Oh wow,
was one they talked about doing that never came out.
never heard. Wow,
But it
2 was good too, but yeah, 1's a classic.
Yeah. It was a huge franchise. It went on for years. I mean, has there been a Twisted Metal?
I think 3 or 4 years ago. I could be wrong, but I think there was one 3 or 4 years ago.
Now, would you call Crazy Taxi in the vein?
Nah,
Because you weren't really battling cars.
No, but it's not a racing game either. It's just more of a time trial. I don't know.
What does it sound like again?
Bit crazy.
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
Hey, bit crazy.
Let's go with something a little more current, within the last 12 years, 11 years. Gears of War 2
All right,
from
yeah.
2008.
No, what made you pick 2 over the other? I mean, it was great.
I think the story.
Yeah, good story.
Yeah, Gears of War
Even
2.
the multiplayer kind of stepped up its game there,
really
too.
did.
Yeah.
And just the sound, just that hum
Right.
of the load screens or just that quiet music in between the rounds.
Yeah, the menus were great, right?
Yeah, it did have great menu selection. And the story, at least through Gears of War 3. Was Gears of War 3 supposed to be the last one, right?
Yeah, it seemed like it was a good bookend
That's
for
where
it.
they killed off Marcus.
Yeah.
Spoiler.
Yeah.
I played up through Gears of War 3. But then I was like looking up stuff. Like, we're to Gears 5.
Yeah, 5 comes out very soon. The beta
Yeah.
just wrapped up. We had, after 3, we had Judgment come out. Then 4, a few years after that. Now 5. So we've pretty much had 6 Gears games.
Yeah.
Think about that.
I know.
But they're all good. I mean, that was for most people, a lot of people, it was a system seller, Gears of War was.
Gears of War was the first game I ever played on the Xbox 360.
Oh, nice, see?
And you were there.
Yeah. I mean, the online alone was just the Lancer chainsaw battles and thing. That was the blood splattering the screen. That was a big deal.
Playing online, and I remember some guy kept trolling me, and then I got a chainsaw and just went after him. You know, like Texas Chainsaw style. Just went after him with the chainsaw.
And it was fun. No game, that was very kind of horror style, you know?
It really was.
It was pretty bloody, graphic, dirty, raw.
Yeah, and as I get into more of these games, I came to the revolution that I think I dig horror games.
Really? Oh, see, I wanted more on my list. Didn't make it, though.
Well, I'll throw one out, and
Give it to
we'll go from there. 2008's Left 4 Dead.
Ah, I like that.
Yeah, Left 4 Dead, definitely one of my favorite games of all time. Multiplayer, you could go on the mission together, co-op the mission. Myself and Brooklyn have spent many hours on a zombie killing team beating Left 4 Dead. I think we did Left 4 Dead and Left 4 Dead 2.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they're great.
But I liked that they took some time with the original Left 4 Dead to develop unique characters that you play with a unique backstory and kind of a wink and a nod. It had, Man,
watching the gameplay
some comedy
takes
to
me
it.
back, yeah.
Left 4 Dead.
Yeah. Not only do you have these waves of kind of, just fodder zombies, but you also have these great landscapes, these rooftops you're on, and like you said, kind of the different versions of these zombies, the big fatties. Remember the witch? How scary the witch was?
Oh, yeah.
Witch is terrifying. And it's all randomly generated. Pretty good stuff. I'll look it up between here, and I should have had it on the top of my head. I just found out today that Turtle Rock Studios, the developer of Left 4 Dead 1 and 2, has a new zombie shooter game coming out in a few months here. They say it's the next. It's pretty much Left 4 Dead 3. They just can't call it that because of the publisher.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I heard it was. Yeah. Are they developing another Left 4 Dead though?
No, I mean no. It's no.
So that's it.
Yeah, it's gonna be it.
So it's a spiritual sequel.
Pretty much, yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah, I'll look up the name of it, but it's exciting.
Okay,
Go for it.
so to stay in that vein, I'll go to the next one on my list, which this comes to us from 2012. 2012, Alan Wake.
Oh yeah,
is on my list.
Great game.
Creepy.
Yeah.
Engaging. Entertaining. And I guess maybe the only, quote, thriller on my list is Alan Wake. But
so good.
It's got kind of a horror element to it.
Yeah, it's kind of like I know it's overused now, but almost like a Stephen King novel comes to life.
Yeah.
It's like him writing it. Alan Wake himself as an author. It's kind of like a Stephen King movie, like a biography.
And you got to collect the pages.
Right, yeah.
And things are coming to life.
Like your ammunition is light because these things can't take light from the darkness. And
yeah. You got to find batteries.
Yeah, batteries.
Am I out of batteries?
Very good. It's got that Pacific Northwest. No, not Pacific. Just the Northwest feel, the Maine feel.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Northeast.
Yes. Well, that's it. That's the word we're looking for. The Northeast.
Yeah.
I'll get my never eat shredded wheat down soon. The Northeast. I've always liked that setting of like the Maine cold beaches and the cold fishermen and the boats. I like that. I don't know. It just seems cool to me. It seems like a fun, creepy kind of place to me.
Yeah. And Alan Wake is it's called a psychological action thriller.
Right.
But I definitely throw horror in there.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Another game that Brooklyn and I played a lot of.
Very good game. Very good.
Let's see. I'll go with another classic. 1994. Let's travel all the way back to 1994 for Donkey Kong Country.
All right.
This talking about taking like a classic character. This could be, and I want to Mario aside. This could be the best modern game made with the classic character.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Where you take like Donkey Kong a very simplistic game to play. And then by the time, in 1994, this was on the Nintendo 64 or Super Nintendo? Super Nintendo.
Super Nintendo, yeah.
And by the time you got the technology of the Super Nintendo, and to bring Donkey Kong over there and just make a whole new adventure with Diddy and bananas and
Diddy and bananas
and roller coasters.
Yeah, this is one game. Oh, yeah, the minecart stuff? That was good.
Yeah, that's my favorite part.
So I'll be honest, if you notice on my list, I believe I had 0 Super Nintendo games on there because at this point, I came to there was a line drawn in the sand, and I went the Sega route, as you know. So these games never hit my radar until later on in the game, but love them now. Like I have the Super Nintendo Classic right now, the Mini, and this game is on there specifically. It's great.
Yeah.
It's really fun. It holds up. And I can't imagine how good those graphics looked back in the early 90s. Had to be fantastic.
That was amazing.
Yeah.
And Donkey Kong Country 2 was pretty good. And Donkey Konga was not bad.
I love Donkey Konga.
I like Donkey Konga.
Yeah.
Now we'll go 10 years into the future. From 1994, we're going to travel all the way to 2004.
Let's do it.
For the one wrestling entry on my list.
Oh, okay. Let's see what you're doing.
WWE Day of Reckoning makes my list of the top 20 or favorite games. My favorite 20. My big 20.
Are you doing 1 or 2? You like 1 or 2 better?
I went and did the research. Day of Reckoning.
Really?
The original Day of Reckoning.
I like it. Okay.
Is where I'm going to land.
Okay.
With this. And the engine. But again, I think by this time I was playing a lot of video games with our peer group.
Right. Oh, yeah.
And this is what we played a lot. And so I think that's why I love this game so much. But I remember buying this game and trying to learn to play it just so I could be competitive. And it didn't work.
Grab that gold.
only ever grabbed it once.
So you really weren't there for much of the WrestleMania X8
No.
days, were you?
I was there mostly for Day of Reckoning.
Interesting.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I never saw you in a suit.
You never saw me in a suit.
No.
You missed out.
I remember when our one friend dressed up as John Cena.
Right, yeah.
Like he knew he was going to win the title that night.
Yeah.
And he had it prepared. He came out as John Cena.
He did, yeah. He knew it.
Uh-huh.
I feel bad as much as we love these wrestling games, the soundtracks are always terrible. Listen to this. And this just screams like mid-2000s, right? Like that new metal turntable sound, which I was a huge fan of. I won't bash it, but it's kind of cringy.
A lot of Limp Bizkit influence there.
Yeah, right.
It's even late for Limp Bizkit.
That's true, yeah. But these menus, you just go through hours and hours of creator wrestlers and adding your stats of music like this. But it didn't matter. You're having a good time.
And you could play the theme songs that you wanted to hear.
That's true, yeah.
You could play Steve Austin's theme.
Right, yeah.
Or DX's theme.
That's true, yeah. But why not when you have this?
The next one on my list, we'll go back just a few years to 1999, the original Medal of Honor game.
Oh, yeah.
And this is where I fall. There was a point to whether you either Medal of Honor or
Call of Duty.
Call of Duty. And I was Medal of Honor. 1999's Medal of Honor. Fantastic game.
Great one, yeah.
Great story. Fun gameplay. Again, engaging. And I even think Medal of Honor 2 was a pretty good game. And till I looked this up, I didn't realize that Steven Spielberg is credited as the creator of Medal of Honor.
What? Really?
Yeah.
I had no idea.
Yeah, when you look it up,
Really?
Steven Spielberg created Medal of Honor. 1999's Medal of Honor.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
So that even predated Saving Private Ryan.
You're right. Well, yeah. Was it around then? Okay.
Yeah.
Huh.
Oh, maybe it didn't predate. Well, I thought that was 2000. No. It was right around the time of Saving Private Ryan.
So he was into it. Wow.
Yeah.
But it was a big one. Like the shooting the Nazis was awesome.
Anytime you can take out some Nazis.
Yeah, they had the dogs and the potato mat. It was good.
Yeah.
Good time.
I wanted to make a joke, but you haven't seen Once Upon a Time in Hollywood yet.
No.
So, never mind.
Due time.
But yeah, if you can find this, and if you like history, go find Medal of Honor.
I'm afraid how the graphics hold up now. It can't be too good.
It's terrible.
At the time, though, I thought it was fantastic, but I can imagine now. It was the first game I saw where you could shoot someone in a body part and they would be affected by that.
Yeah.
If you shot a Nazi in his legs, he would fall down with his legs. I'd never seen that before. Before that, it was 70s movie style. You shoot a guy and he just goes flying back.
A lot of Wilhelm screams.
Yeah, exactly.
Which, this doesn't spoil anything. One of the first things you hear in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood is the Wilhelm scream.
Really? That's pretty awesome.
Yeah. I think it is the first, other than music, it's the first thing you hear.
Wow.
Like a gunshot in the Wilhelm scream. 20 years ago. That's crazy to think. Because this was on the PS2, right? No, the original Medal of Honor was on
I think
the
it was
PlayStation.
PlayStation 1, yeah. I
Yeah,
think so.
PS1.
Yeah.
Medal of Honor 2 was on the PS2. Let's see. I'm running out here. I've only got a couple left. Well, let's stay in the 90s. Probably the only real dark horse on my list, 1993's Zombies Ate My Neighbors.
Oh, that got cut barely from my list. It did.
Zombies Ate My Neighbors. First of all, the music on this game was amazing.
Oh, man, the whole thing.
The weapons were fun. They
Right.
were squirt guns. And,
Yeah.
And the top-down view of just running through the mazes, the zombies, and the whole 50s horror cinema vibe of Zombies Ate My Neighbors, down to the game packaging art.
Right, yeah. It was the kind of stock screaming woman in an apron.
Yes, it was very 50s inspired.
Yeah.
And I love this game so much. I would play this game right now. If you're like, let's quit doing this and just go play Zombies Ate
Yeah.
My Neighbors, I'd be like, okay, we can go do that.
It's great.
A fun game to play with a friend.
Right, yeah.
Grab a friend to play Zombies Ate My Neighbors.
Oh, so good. It takes me back. There's the great level design, like you said, that top-down view. There's one specifically. It was a combo of Leatherface and Jason Voorhees. It was a guy with a chainsaw with like a hockey mask.
Yes.
And it was the hedges. Remember the hedges? He would cut through like the hedges. You would almost have to trick him to open the hedges with a chainsaw because you were blocked.
Right, and then you'd have to run around and go back through.
Yeah, that was scary. That was some tense moments. You had like a water gun. Yeah, it was good.
Yeah.
There was a supermarket level. Oh, man.
I don't understand why Zombies Ate My Neighbors was not more popular.
I know.
Konami made that, right? Was that a Konami game?
I think so. I think it was, yeah.
Yeah, we haven't talked a lot about the developers of a lot of these
Right,
games.
yeah.
But,
I'll check that out. I think it was.
but yeah, 1993's
Very
Zombies
good.
Ate My Neighbors on the
It
Super
almost
Nintendo.
had a Toe Jam and Earl look and aesthetic to it.
It really did.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah. Let's see. I'm trying to keep up with my years here so we can do our average.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see. Oh, yeah. 1999 was Medal of Honor, and then 1993 was that one. All right. Next, I'm going to go with 2013's Injustice.
That brilliant. Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
Good choices.
And this is really the only fighting game, and that was a tough choice to make because there were Mortal Kombat games I wanted to put on here. There was Primal Fear games that I wanted to... Was it Primal Fear where the dinosaurs battled?
Yeah, that was it.
But when it came down to it, Injustice is simply my favorite fighting game of all time.
It's a good one.
Anytime you can battle Superman against Harley Quinn.
And in my opinion, one of the greatest storylines in a long time.
Yeah.
It really was.
I would love to see that tapped into something other. Well, I know the comic, but like a movie. I'd watch an Injustice movie.
Oh, for sure,
You
yeah.
basically watch an Injustice movie.
That's true. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, if you want to see your favorite DC heroes battle each other.
I love it.
Play
These are the
Injustice.
games when we used to do a lot of con appearances. We'd have our table set up and have tournaments, not only for Mario Kart, which you spoke of earlier. I think it was a time trial for Rainbow Road, but we also you had to play as Batman and defeat the Joker on hard in less than a minute, I think it was. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Injustice.
Yeah.
Good times.
Really good times. The only issue, I love the game, and it's kind of easier with generic fighting games like Mortal Kombat or Street Fighter because you don't really know the power levels, but in a comic fighting game, you have someone like Superman punch Harley Quinn in the mouth and she's all right. That's my only issue with this game here, but you can't get around it.
If you're keeping score at home, Zombies Ate My Neighbors from 1993. Injustice was 2013. 20 years difference, and that was still 5 years ago, 6 years ago?
Yeah.
6 years ago for Injustice. That was 6 years ago.
It's crazy because 2 came out last year and I haven't played that yet.
Next on my list, let's jump to 2008. This is the only one you're going to groan at, I think.
Oh, boy.
I think you're going to groan at this one.
Oh, boy.
Lego Indiana Jones.
Are you serious?
Yeah. I love
that's
love the Lego Indiana Jones
That is
game.
my your Nights into Dreams moment right there. Yeah, that's it. Wow. I mean, to be fair, I have not played it, so I can't say too much.
It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun.
Wow.
And this is before they started putting the voices on the Lego games.
Oh, you hate the voices in Lego games,
I
don't
really
you?
do.
Why does that bother
because
you?
the comedy comes from just their facial expressions and their... It's like The Sims, like Simlish.
Yeah.
Yep.
This is the Ancient City theme song, by the way, and Lego Indiana Jones.
And the fun part about Indiana Jones, well, all these Lego games really, is these are based on scenes in the movie. So if it's a really violent part of the movie,
Yeah.
it's just Legos shattering, and it's done for comedy.
Right. Do they have the helicopter scene
Yes.
that actually happened? Wow.
Yeah.
That's funny.
But, I mean, everybody's okay.
Yeah.
No one dies.
I need to play more Lego games. I've played the first Star Wars, and that was it.
Oh, yeah.
Like pretty much the first Lego game that came out.
It
I've
was
played-
the first Lego
yeah,
game.
that's it.
Lego Star Wars.
There's been Batman 1, 2, and 3, Lego DC, Marvel, Harry Potter, Jurassic Park, Pirates of the Caribbean. I mean, so many, right?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
When that first came out, and we had it for the Xbox 360, my wife and I spent a lot of time playing Lego
Really?
Indiana Jones.
I should play some more.
Let's see. Is there anything in this side of my list? I think we are down to my final two, Adam.
Ooh.
I
Okay.
think we're down to the final two.
Okay.
So let's go to 2007 and Mass Effect.
Ah, nice.
I loved the original Mass Effect game. Well,
It was
Mass
good.
Effect 2 was good too.
Yeah.
A lot of people like Mass Effect 2 more than the first one.
Yeah, I think most people do, but yeah.
But for me,
The first one's great, though.
the first Mass Effect.
It was, the exploration and stuff, the different planets, and getting on your vehicle and hitting the surface of a new moon or planet was awesome.
And something you touched on last week, that whole idea of your actions have consequences in the game.
Yeah.
And you have to make moral decisions.
Not only in the game, but the whole series. What
Right.
you did in part 1 affected part 3.
Unless you just started over.
That's true. Yeah, and they had the option. I think, did it ask you questions? You know, who died, who lived? I think that's the way it worked, right? I think if you had no save file in there and asked you.
Oh, yeah.
I think.
it did.
I could be
I
wrong,
think it did
though.
prep to
Yeah.
at least get you somewhere. But you would, there would be characters that you would, grow attached to, and then there'd be like a heel turn or.
I know this isn't new, but I kind of forgot the 80s synth, almost Stranger Things vibe the soundtrack had.
Yeah, it's true.
Weird.
And that classic scene where the one character is just shooting his gun at the water.
Yeah. What'd you do to him? Rex?
Rex.
Yeah, I took care of him.
Me too.
A loose cannon. Gotta take care
It
of him.
was a loose cannon.
Yeah.
You can't have that on your team.
Right. It
But
was good, though. It's classic.
I don't think that was the right choice, though, right? And that was the big one,
Yeah,
too.
I think-
Is
yeah.
Rex still... yes! Because I remember in the second one, one of the questions being, is Rex still alive?
Yeah.
No.
No? Is that okay?
So, yeah, 2007's Mass Effect, which brings me to the last one on my list. I bet if you thought really hard, you could guess what this is, knowing me the way you do.
I don't think so. Everything I would think to be the last, you've already said. You said the Red Deads. You said the Fallouts. I know you're a big Mass Effect fan. I don't know. Give me a hint. Give me a hint. Let me guess it. Give me a year.
2011.
Huh. Really?
Franchise.
Oh,
First of the franchise. Well, no, this was the second in the franchise, actually.
Arkham City.
Arkham
There we go.
City is the last one on my list.
Once again,
I
that was
think
so close. Yeah.
It was almost Arkham Asylum, the game that started
Yeah.
it all.
Uh-huh.
That introduced all these cool new gadgets for Batman and gameplay, and also abilities for Batman and gameplay. But Arkham City took it to a whole new level for two reasons. One, when you could just fly across the city.
Oh, it was so amazing,
When
right?
you just go from building to building, and you could see the bad guys below you, and it's the bat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or something about Arkham Knight didn't do it for me. But you still haven't played it, right?
I started playing it.
Yeah.
And yeah.
I got it,
It
yeah.
just doesn't grab me like Arkham
I don't know
City.
why. I'm not sure what happened there. Even Arkham Origins after this one, something was, I don't know, can't figure it out.
Yeah. But Arkham City is the one. No. Which one has the ending with the Joker?
Arkham City.
Arkham City,
Yeah.
right. Where he sings Only You
Right, yeah.
as like a swan song to Batman. Oh, just that scene where Batman walks out of the theater carrying
Yeah.
the Joker.
Yeah.
And Gordon's response to that.
Because at the end of Arkham Asylum, didn't Joker kind of almost overdose on Venom?
Yeah.
Right, himself?
Yes.
And so you think he's kind of healed when Arkham City rolls around because he's nice and whatever. But the whole time, was it
It's Clayface.
an imposter? It was Clayface, yeah.
Clayface,
And the
yeah.
actual Joker, he's withering away. That's
Yeah.
what it was, yeah.
Yeah,
So
Clayface
cool,
was
yeah.
the Joker through most
Yeah.
of Arkham City.
Yeah.
Until you find at the end that, man, what a great game. What a great game Arkham City was.
It was good.
I kind of want to go back and play it again.
Same. Now that I'm thinking about it,
Did they bring that out for the PS4?
I think they did re-release it. Yeah.
Is this the ending? How creepy is this? And Mark Hamill.
Right.
And Kevin Conroy. And isn't Tara Strong Harley in this one?
Yeah, she was. Big voice cast.
Wow.
Takes you back, right?
Oh, Adam, I'm wrong. I have one more left.
Oh, nice. Okay.
I missed one.
Okay.
So that was the big finish. But
Yeah.
I do have one more on my list.
What's that?
Man, I can't believe I missed this one. From 1996, the original Resident Evil.
Ah, that was almost there, too.
Oh,
I struggle with this and Silent Hill, but then they both got cut.
I remember
Good stuff, though. Good stuff.
being in college. My friend Jay buys a PS1, a PlayStation. Back then, they were just called PlayStation.
Right.
He buys a PlayStation. We hear about this game. We read about it on the internet. This brand new thing called the internet.
Right.
And so he goes. He buys Resident Evil. He's like, "You got to come over, play Resident Evil." So I'm there when he cracks open his system and hooks it up, and opens the game, and putting that in and watching that FMV opening for Resident Evil blew my mind. Just crazy that this is a video game.
Yeah.
And thinking, well, is this the whole game? No, it just had a quick FMV
So it'd be
opening.
30 minutes long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then once you get into it, and Raccoon City and Stars and Jill and Chris and Chris Redfield,
Yeah.
and then the mystery behind it, trying to figure out what's up with the Umbrella Corporation.
The dogs jumping through the window.
Dogs jumping through the window.
Yeah.
The classic line, "I hope that's not Chris's blood."
Yeah.
I hope that's not Chris's
Remember
blood.
that slow, the first time you see that zombie? Mm-hmm. Man, like that slow turnaround of the face.
Because he's just hunched over in
Yeah.
a field,
Yeah.
eating a body.
Right, yeah.
And it just kind of slowly pans out, and then he looks around.
Turn around. And then, when you can finally control your character again, it's just a shot of you kind of with your gun pointing off screen. You don't know what you're pointing at.
Yeah.
But that's the fear of it. It's slowly, you hear the shuffle and the mumble, and you finally see the zombie coming into screen at you.
Yeah.
And it was smart how it played with the graphical challenges it had, because that made it even more scary, I think.
Yeah.
It did.
That whole, almost like you're watching security cam footage, the way you go around hallways,
Yeah.
creep around corners. Now, clearly, I played a lot of the other Resident Evil games. Even by the time you got to Resident Evil 2, there had been some leaps and bounds made in graphic design. And the story became very complicated. And
Very.
then,
Yeah.
I don't even know. I couldn't even tell you the story up past Resident Evil 3.
Yeah. We're on 7 now. It's pretty much Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
But that first one,
Yeah.
that original Resident Evil, just a great game. And so let me make sure I got everything.
Good choice.
Yeah, that's it.
Nice.
That's my
big
big
20?
20. My big 20. My favorite video games of all time. I do have a couple of honorable mentions.
Okay.
I'm just going to say they're ones that I had written down that I can tell that I marked through. And a lot of these are older games, like I said, from my childhood that I really enjoyed playing. That when it came time to put something like Resident Evil on here, that I had to cut. RoboCop.
Oh, nice.
Data East RoboCop. I
forgot that was even a game, yeah.
Nintendo Entertainment System.
Yeah.
I love that game. Though
Just
much
a
like
side-scrolling shooter kind of, right? Yeah.
side-scrolling shooter, a lot of the same screens. Just a different big boss at the end. Ed 209. I remember him being one of the boss. Spent a lot of hours playing RoboCop. Also, Narc.
Oh, yeah. Narc's a classic.
Narc's one of my favorite games.
Yeah.
89's Batman, or at least the game based off 89's Batman.
That is a good one.
Was one of my
Sunsoft. I haven't heard say that name in a long time.
I know.
That's who made that one.
That was the last game to get cut to make room for
It was
something
very
else.
good for an 8. Yeah.
Also, Moon Patrol,
Oh, wow. That is a classic.
going back to the Atari
That is an oldie. Yeah.
5200, as well as Defender was on my list.
Defender's good.
Spent a lot of time playing Defender. Spy Hunter was on my list at one time.
Wait, that's 007. What am I thinking about? I'm trying to think. Yeah, it's pretty close. Yeah. That's close to it. Is it Peter Gunn?
Peter Gunn.
That's
yeah,
it,
the
yeah.
theme from Peter Gunn.
Yeah.
There were a couple of computer games that I had that I ended up cutting. The Black Dahlia was a game that I got very invested in
Have I heard of that?
for the PC.
That made me think. I think I just missed a game on my list. Never mind. It's too late, though.
It's an FMV game. What was the game you're thinking of?
L.A. Noire. Should have been on there.
Oh.
When you said Black Dahlia, it made me think about that.
Yeah.
Well, damn.
Well, my wife was like, well, you really liked L.A. Noire. And I was like, yeah, I liked watching Brooke play L.A. Noire, but I didn't play it.
Oh, man.
I can't qualify it as one of my favorites if I played like 2 minutes.
Gotta
but then
redo
watched
that.
her play through the whole game.
I have to redo this now. That was insane, especially for the almost, 8-9 years ago? The graphics on that thing were crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
The original Black Dahlia game, Dennis Hopper, I think, was probably the biggest star.
Wow.
Dennis Hopper was in it.
Dennis Hopper, FMV.
Yeah.
Sounds great. It does.
Also Mist
Oh, yeah.
and Seventh Guest. I said 2, but 3. Mist, Seventh Guest.
Those are all good.
Excuse me, Seventh Guest and Black Dahlia
Yeah.
were all PC games that almost made my list.
Nice.
So I guess that's my list and honorable mentions.
Nice. Good selection.
So there you have it.
Yeah. It's your Big 20.
My Big 20. My favorite video games.
Should we do another Big 20 in a few weeks / months? Like I said, we have not done a Big 20 Halloween edition. I'm just keep that in mind.
We can do a Big 20 Halloween.
Keep that. Well, man, we kind of have. 2 years ago with Mike Dudley, I believe. Did we do? Well, those were movies you have to watch during Halloween. Those weren't our favorites.
True. Though I think I just put my favorites on there.
Probably. Yeah,
I'm pretty sure Gremlins 2 was on there.
Yeah, probably so. Yeah.
So do you want to do the? I guess that my average year is around 2002.
You would guess on that?
I would guess. Yeah. Do you want to do the math?
If you want me to, yeah.
All right. We'll let you do the math,
Okay.
but in the show,
Right.
there'll be no time gap.
That's true.
Yeah. Well, that was quick, Adam. Quick math.
That's what I do.
Yeah, you just remembered all those years. It's crazy.
No, what year did you guess for yourself?
2002.
If you want to round up, we can, but it was 2003.9. So
Oh, wow.
pretty much 2004.
Oh, wow.
Look at you being all modern.
I know.
I mean, 15 years ago.
See, just like yesterday.
Right.
So, well, let us know your favorite video games.
Yeah, let us know.
You can tweet at us.
Yeah.
Is there any social media that we need to catch up on?
Yes. Speaking of our top games, let me give you here. So Cameron, which is, in relations with the Foxglove Farm fam.
Can we just say this is the SOB OTW?
Sure.
SOB's OTW?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's one of them. He wrote in, I'll give you the actual tweet here, but pretty much he was responding to my Big 20, which now he can respond to yours. And I think I have someone that's going to check out some What Remains of Edith Finch. He was kind of excited about that. He was.
I was talking to Brooklyn earlier tonight. She's going to play Last of Us.
Oh, she hasn't played that yet?
She was starting it. Yeah.
Mr. Cameron says, on Adam's recommendation, I'm checking out What Remains of Edith Finch. In terms of my top 20 games, the original Alone in the Dark on the 3DO is definitely in mine. Horrible gameplay, but fun.
That's a good one.
Nonetheless, yeah.
That's a really good one.
I told him he gets cool points for just mentioning a 3DO.
Alone in the Dark is good.
Yeah, as far as like the survival horrors, that is a grandfather of them.
What was the one with the Pyramid Head?
That's Silent Hill.
Silent Hill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I thought about,
Silent Hill almost made my game.
Same,
or
yeah.
almost made my list.
Same.
That game almost made my list.
Yeah.
Anybody else that we need to?
I believe that's the main one.
I know the Broken Token podcast
Right.
has accepted our challenge
They did.
of an over 7-hour podcast.
That's correct.
I told them that I know they're smart enough to time this exactly to.
Yeah, he said. Broken Token says to us, a 7-hour, 25-minute, 34-second episode challenge. We're up for it. Just give us some runway to prep. We'll have to eat some Wheaties that day. Breakfast of champions.
I hope they don't come back with a. We did this. Now we challenge you to
Right.
15 hours. And
Right.
what will we do?
Yeah, I don't know. Because those guys do marathons of podcasts. I mean, really, a 7 hour is not.
I know it's not a stretch for them.
They've had pretty recently an over 4-hour episode, correct? Yeah. So we're not even doubling what they usually do.
But here's the thing, and here's where they got us beat. Here's where they got us beat, Adam.
Yeah, where's that?
They're smart. they have vast intelligence to just talk about.
That is for sure.
To just openly opine about circuits and
Yeah.
all that technical stuff they talk about.
Right.
that seems like school.
It's like me talking. We talk about movies and games, but imagine being so smart where I can talk about how they made What Remains of
Yeah,
Edith Finch.
I couldn't make a projector.
Right. We just talk about what we like.
Yeah.
They don't talk about, they like the cherry animation in Mrs. Pac-Man. They talk about how that cherry animation was made.
I know. Like how a pixel's born.
Right.
That's the Broken Token podcast.
Yeah, but it's great.
That should be their subtitle.
It makes me feel smarter, but yet dumber at the same time while listening.
Yes.
I feel like I'm learning something, but then I'm like, why did I not know this before?
Why did I not listen in class?
Yeah.
Why are you guys using words I don't know what they mean?
It's a lot of syllables. Let me pause this and look it up. Because when I listen, it's like a 5-hour episode. All the pausing I'm doing and looking up words.
What's a Winkle rotary engine?
It sounds British. I don't know. But they could possibly do a 7-hour. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah.
They are going to an issue. If they do that, though, just prepare yourself.
I don't think. But keep in mind,
A
Broken
challenge will
Token,
be lobbied back at us.
if we challenged a 7-hour, that is not even double the length of one of your longest recent episodes. So if you do a challenge back,
2
give
hours.
us 2 to 3 hours. Okay.
Yeah, that's
we can do. Sure. Keep that in mind.
smart guys.
Yeah. Keep that in mind. We were part of just last year around this time a 24-hour podcast stream. Remember that?
But we were only there an hour and a half.
I know, but we were still part of the
That's true, we
process.
were.
And Blame Your Brother. It was awesome. Those guys, like 20, we were there for the 19th, 20th hour maybe?
Yeah,
And I feel like they don't remember us being there.
probably don't.
Who could at that point?
I know. It
Yeah.
was rough.
I brought some 5-hour energies and coffees, and it was, I can't imagine.
Like it didn't even affect them.
Nothing's happening.
Like Jerry Lewis at 5 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, God.
Why can't you make these numbers go up? Jerry Lewis, this isn't how you get money.
A dated yet very still rough joke. Congrats.
Jerry Lewis used to do the Labor Day telethon.
Yeah.
Where he'd raise money.
Mm-hmm. Did he die?
I think Jerry Lewis is still alive.
We should play. We haven't played Dead or Alive recently. Keep talking. I'll look up Jerry's his biography here.
I'm going to say Jerry Lewis is still alive.
If he is alive, how old is Jerry Lewis?
84.
I feel like he was 84 20 years ago.
That would be my guess.
He died in 2017.
Really?
Yeah.
Hey, lady.
And he was 91 when he died.
Wow. But yeah, that's what I remember. That's my memory of Jerry Lewis, or Labor Day telethons. And he'd be like really gung-ho at the beginning, and then when you'd tune in at like 7 o'clock the next morning, it was rough. Ed McMahon was always there too.
Yeah.
And like occasionally like a Dean Martin would show up.
Right. All those smokers telling their jokes.
Oh, yeah. George Burns.
Right.
Oh.
From 1956 to 2011, he had that marathon.
2011 was the last time he did the Labor Day marathon?
Well, it says he's
or
serving.
telethon.
Saying he's serving as the national chairman of the Muscular Dystrophy Association. Let's check out his the actual telethon.
I think the internet killed that telethon.
You think so?
Yeah. Because why have a yearly telethon when you could raise money around the clock daily through a website? I know
This
the
is the last
MDA
one.
still does stuff, though.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, because you can buy the Shamrocks and all that in convenience stores. I think that's still through the MDA. Hey, well, just listed my favorite 20 video games. If you want to tell us yours, you can email us, adamandjp@gmail.com.
Yeah. Let us know about that. And of course, on our semi-defunct Facebook.com/AdamandJP. It's fun. And of course, on Twitter @AdamandJP.
I'm Jay Patrick. That's Adam.
You've been eating a very strange podcast roll.